And distinctly and not too fast.
Starting with what?
The first verse.
Of 12.
Yeah.
At that time shall arise Michael, the great prince, who has charge of your people.
Okay. What does the word Michael mean? Do you have any idea? Michael means one like God. Michael means one like God. And each of the manifestations are like God, or they are like mirrors that reflect the sun. The mirrors are like the sun because they reflect the sun. And here is a manifestation of God, Michael. And they call him the great prince. Why is he called the great prince here? Joe?
I don't know.
Do you know? It's because he was a direct descendant of King David, and his father sat on the throne of Zandrin that goes all the way back to King David. That's why he was called the great prince. And he says, he showed me Michael, the great prince who has charge of your people. All right, want to read on, Joe?
And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never has been since there was a nation till that time.
Okay, Jesus said something similar to that, and I'll just read that. It'll just take a second here. And it says, for then there will be a great tribulation, such as not been from the beginning of the world until now. No, and never will be. And if those days had not been shortened, no human being would be saved. He's talking about the same thing that Daniel's talking about, the time of trouble. And you ever see so much trouble in the world today, where we've made instruments of war that within an hour or two, a third of the people will be dead. How terrible this age is in its trouble and its problems, and the diversity of views. The people have been coalesced together by the rapid transit and rapid communication. You can go around the world in no time, where most people only got about 30 miles away from their home, and they did it mostly on foot. Where today we're all thrown together, and this is called, all the different ideologies, all the different religions and concepts are all thrown together, and we are in a very, very dangerous situation. This is the starting of Armageddon. So we're in a very dangerous situation. So we have this time of trouble. All right, you want to read on, Joe?
But at that time your people shall be delivered, every one whose name shall be found written in the book.
In other words, with this trouble that we have here, every person is going to be delivered. The people, that is the people of God, that is those that have turned to Baha'u'llah and his covenant, are going to be delivered. That is God's people. But all of those that are in paganism, they're going to get their medicine too, whatever that will be. All right, you want to read on?
And many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake.
Who are those that sleep in the dust of the earth? Anybody know? Tell us, Joe.
The materialists?
They are the materialists, that's right. In other words, materialism is the dust of the earth, you know what I mean? Everybody practically is a materialist. Get mine while I can get it, you know? So there, he says, and there, he said, many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. Read on.
Some to everlasting life.
Some of them are going to become believers in the Messiah, get away from this paganism and other things, and they're going to get everlasting life.
And some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Some of these people are going to awake to the destruction. When the bombs fall on them, and when the great destruction falls on them, they'll awake, but to everlasting shame and everlasting contempt. All right?
And those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the firmament.
Who are the wise? The wise one is one who uses his intellect. That doesn't just believe on faith. Or just it isn't a bunch of sheep that follow a false leader, or a bunch of goats, let us say, that follows a leader. The wise are the ones that decide for themselves whether it's true or not. Most of the Christians say that you should believe by faith, and they don't give any proofs. But we're given proofs here. So those that are wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, okay?
And those who turn many to righteousness, like the stars, forever and ever. But you, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end.
What does it mean to shut up the words and seal the book? It means that nobody's going to understand it. Shut up these words so it won't be understood. You know what I mean? It's in a language that nobody's going to understand it. Okay? All right, read on.
Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase.
Did you ever see a greater running to and fro than we have in the world today with the automobile, the airplane, the steamships, and all the rapid modes of transportation and communication? And the knowledge has increased. Why we put it on a little tiny chip in a computer. Read on.
Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, two others stood, one on this bank of the stream, and one on that bank of the stream. And I said to the man clothed in linen, who was above the waters of the stream, How long shall it be till the end of these wonders? The man clothed in linen, who was above the waters of the stream, raised his right hand, and his left hand toward heaven. And I heard him swear by him who lives forever, that it would be for a time, 2 times, and a half a time.
Okay, Joe, he's getting a date here. You want to know how long it's going to be. He's asking a date. And this is what the disciples asked Jesus, a date. And here he's giving them a date. It's going to be 1 time, 2 times, and a half a time, which is 3.5 times. How long is a time? How long is a time?
360 years.
300, as time is a circle. A circle is the length of time it takes to get back to the beginning. Right? It doesn't make a difference if you have a big circle or a small circle, it's still 360 degrees. Okay? And put up there 360, will you? Okay, Joel, right? 360 times 3.5 equals 1260. Okay, now due to the fact that Baha'i and the Bab came in Iran, they used the Iranian calendar, or their Arab calendar. And the Arab calendar started with the flight of Muhammad from Mecca to Medina. And this was called the Hijra. And the 1260 is 1260 years from the start of the Muslim calendar. And this is the equal or the same date of 1844, when the Bab made his proclamation in the Christian calendar. 1844 AD is the same as 1260 AH. AH stands after the Hijra. So after that 1260, put AH. So after that, put AH. After the 1844, put AD. They're both the same date. On May 23rd of 1844, which is in 1260 AH, the Bab made his proclamation. So here we have the date for the Bab.